Hi everyone, and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Welcome to my vidcast, where I talk about all things pop culture, from anime to television to novels to video games sometimes, but of course, film. And you know what? Be sure to hit that subscribe button, share out this video, leave me a comment. It really helps me in the algorithm. And today is especially important. Why is that? Because James Gunn, who is the new head of DC Films, around with a guy named Peter Safran, they have announced their new slate of films. And there's a couple of things on here that I just wanted to bring to your attention because I think that sometimes it'll be good and whatnot. Before I continue further, I want to apologize for my dog. He's in here. He's whining. He whines very sporadically, so it makes it hard for me to edit it out. So I'm just going to apologize. But anyway, here is what we have. And by the way, I'm getting this information from Geek Vibes Nation. Follow them on Twitter. They have the complete list of of all the films that are on the slate. And so head over there. That's where I'm getting my information. So the first one mentioned is a series based on a creature or a comic book called Creature Commandos. It's going to be a television series. I'm not familiar with that particular title. Um, I'm not sure if it would be good or not. I honestly am completely puzzled by that. It doesn't seem like one of their titles. Not that I know all things, every single title ever released by DC Comics ever, but I'd like to think that I know a lot of their, big names. So this must be, they're going to do the Marvel thing where they're going to try to release some of their lesser known stuff. Also, another TV series announcement is they're going to do one based on Amanda Waller. Viola Davis is returning. That makes sense because she was Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad, which James Gunn's directed. I wonder if it's going to be connected to the Peacemaker series. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so then they tell the Wrap that they're developing a Superman movie titled Superman Legacy, but it's not going to be an origin story. It's going to be a young Superman trying to balance his Kryptonian heritage and his human upbringing. We kind of saw that with Man of Steel. I hope that James Gunn does a way better job. All right, so they're doing a Green Lantern show that's going to be simply titled Lanterns. I don't know why they're not calling it Green Lanterns, but it's going to have, in my opinion, the two most popular Green Lanterns. That'll be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. They said it'll be a true detective mystery, so kind of mysteries in space type of situation. I think that'll be pretty good. I hope that they do Hal Jordan because when Ryan Reynolds played him, he was really Kyle Rayner. Like they were saying he was Hal Jordan in the movie, but he was really based on Kyle Rayner, and I think that was jarring for a lot of fans. And that movie was messed up on a bunch of other levels. They're also developing a film based on The Authority. This is another one that's kind of puzzling to me because, again, not a very popular franchise. The last version of The Authority was not good. It was really boring. A lot of social engineering nonsense in there. So they're also developing a Game of Thrones style show about the Mascara, which will be titled Paradise Lost. Be focusing on those Amazons. I don't trust them to do that correctly. So they're doing a Brave and the Bold movie. Now this might be how they're going to introduce Batman because Batman was the original main character of the Brave and the Bold. So it could be pretty good. I mean, I would like to think that they would do a good job. It's probably going to have Batman and Robin both in it. James Gunn definitely wants to do Robin. They want to introduce Dick Grayson pretty quickly. A Booster Gold TV series. So Booster Gold is one of these niche characters. So he's got a small fan base, but they're very loud. And I have nothing against the character, but again, I don't get why they're bringing him into this. I would like to see better versions of, characters that are, bigger, but, whatever. So Supergirl movie titled Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be better than the one that they were planning at HBO Max. Man, that one looked terrible. So I hope this one will be better. Hopefully, it'll be based on Kara Zor-El. I wonder what direction they're going to do, because I kind of like the idea of Superman being the only survivor of Krypton. Now, what Superman the animated series did was they made it where she was from a neighboring planet. So they were not Kryptonians, but they're kind of cousins of Kryptonians. Hope they do something like that for this. Continue to make Superman the lone survivor of Krypton. I think that's important. So, Swamp Thing movie. Now, this will be good. Now, everyone knows I'm not a big fan of Alan Moore. I think his works are incredibly overrated. I think that they're dark for no reason. And, I have a whole list of reasons why I don't care for his stuff. That being said, he did a great job with Swamp Thing. And so if they based Swamp Thing, the film, on that era, I think it could be good. So and of course they've announced the Batman Part 2, which was Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves. It's set to come out in 2025. That's too long. Okay, that's too long. This movie needs to come out like tomorrow. I don't know. I think people are going to lose interest in it. It's too long. And I know that there was some issues with the stuff, but I think that it's just way too long for this movie. It needs to come out this year, at the latest next year. So if you're watching this, Matt Reeves, get on it. And apparently they have a release date for the Superman as well. It's going to come out also in 2025, aiming for July. I think that's a good idea. They need to fast track their Superman stuff. So apparently and this is another announcement, apart from the greater DC EU, so that's their main movie franchise, they're going to be doing Elseworlds, which will have their standalone films. So the Batman is part of this, the Joker series with Joaquin Phoenix, and also the film from Ta-Nehisi Coates, which I still think is going to be a disaster. Ta-Nehisi Coates is a terrible writer. He basically single-handedly destroyed Black Panther and Captain America in the comic books. The sales just dipped while he was writing him, and he's not a very good writer, so I don't know why people keep hiring him. But supposedly this movie is still going to move forward under James Gunn, but it's going to be part of this Elseworlds. So Peter Safran hinted that there's going to be that some of the folks from the Snyderverse are going to come back. He said there's no reason why all the people you mentioned couldn't be part of the DCEU. We just haven't decided what the story is that we want to tell that incorporates Shazam or Aquaman. So, and then he also said the Jason Momoa Aquaman series will be a trilogy. James Gunn added that The Flash is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made. So this is kind of interesting. So they're going to keep Momoa, and they're going to keep Momoa, who I have nothing against Jason Momoa. I thought he was good as Aquaman. I didn't think he looked the part, but what can you do? And they're also keeping Ezra Miller, who's a convicted criminal, and they're keeping Amber Heard, who instigated one of the biggest Me Too frauds of all time on this. I think that's just ridiculous. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll get wise and change it up with the Mirror character, but I think it's kind of ridiculous. I think that if you're going to say, hey, we're going to start over, you should keep Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill, but we'll get a new Batman, we'll get a new Green Lantern, we'll get a new Flash. We can keep Jason Momoa, if we want, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I think that it just boggles my mind. I'm so confused by that. Well, of course, we do know James Gunn is kind of a perv, but so he wants to hang out with Ezra Miller, obviously, and Amber Heard, obviously. But anyway, according to Gunn and Safran, they're aiming for 2 movies and 2 HBO Max series per year. So we'll have to see where this goes. I'm wondering where the end goal is going to be for this. Like, are they going to do this thing like with Marvel where it turned and evolved into the Infinity Saga, or if it's going to be a bunch of standalone movies and then occasionally the Justice League will come together? Personally, I think they're doing this all wrong. They already tried to start a film franchise with just Superman. I think that what they should do is do a Justice League movie, and that way That way they can inform the fans. Okay, Jason Momoa is staying on as Aquaman. Ezra Miller is staying on as the Flash. We've brought in a new Superman, brought in a new Wonder Woman, brought in a new Batman. Zachary Levi is joining as Shazam, and we're introducing Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan as the Green Lanterns. Okay, I think the fans will be upset. I would be upset by that. I want to see Superman portrayed by Henry Cavill and with a director who's actually competent. And I would like to see Gal Gadot continue to be Wonder Woman. But I just don't think that this thing where we're going to go and, you know, sort of paintball this and make it and see what sticks. I just don't think that that's going to work. I think that they'll ultimately end up letting down the fans, and they're going to ultimately end up letting down Warner Brothers and HBO Max. I just think, or excuse me, Warner Brothers Discovery. I just don't think that that's going to work out the way they think. Now, it could be wrong, but I think that they're going to see most of their success with the Elseworld stuff. I do think the Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman is going to fail, but I think the Batman Part 2 and I think Joker Part 2 is going to do very well. But we'll have to wait and see. I have to admit, I'm a little boggled why they're not going to make Green Lantern films, because I think that would be a good way to bring the DC Universe into sort of the sci-fi realm. Well, let me know what you think. Would you like me to do a new video where I expand on my thoughts a little bit more? I would, and let me know in the comments, or are you satisfied with this? Let me know. Do you think that, hey, I think this is going to work, or do you think, oh no, I think this is going to fail? Or are you somewhere in the middle? You think they're going to have some success and some failures? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment, tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.